Hello, hello. I think I'm in the Tot Swap sale, Tot Swap consignor sale, Tot Swap. Yay! Hi guys. Hello, hello. I'm going to wait for a few minutes here. I'm just prepping and making myself some notes as I'm sitting here. So let me just wait a minute or two as some more people pop on. As you can see, you guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been wearing my glasses a lot lately, and I've got a ring light in front of me, so I can see like the glare of the light on my video here. So just ignore that. Anyway, Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Hello, hello. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Had a happy holiday. The kids are going back to school tomorrow, or going back to school tomorrow. I hope you guys have survived. 2020 is officially hindsight. Hindsight 2020. I think that's so funny. When is it? Lots of questions. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, you guys. 2020 was a crazy, crazy year. And gosh, I was freaking out when, as most of you and all of us were in March with everything, I was freaking out because we just had to stop doing sales, right? Initially, we had to stop doing sales. So we pivoted rather quickly, and 2020 ended up, I was happy. I was happy that we were able to keep Tot Swap going. I think our consigners and our shoppers and everybody was grateful and happy, and I loved everybody and the support that we got and how the year ended, and happy to move on though. Happy to move on to 2021, right? Hope you guys had a fabulous holiday season and you're ready to get the kiddos back online in virtual school. If you guys are going to in-person school, good luck with that too. My kids are all over the place, but they're all home, so I'm happy to have them home. But we are ready to start 2021, and I'm so excited. I've got high expectations and a lot of excitement for 2021 because I think that the changes that we made in 2020 are going to move us forward into 2021 to really have a fabulous year and to incorporate the things that we learned in 2020 into 2021. And that includes online sales and in-person sales. So it's hard to know what's going to happen from month to month because of COVID. We don't know how things are going to progress, but I'm just taking it 1 month or 1 to 2 months at a time. So right now, I know that our January, February, and I think both and all of our March sales, actually I should not say that out loud, I think that's the case, are all online. Let me just double check my calendar while I'm having you guys on here. But I know that January, obviously we are going to be in the Timonium area. We are not at the Timonium Fairgrounds only because it's online. We will be back. Do not worry. Our spring sale, we are planning, I think actually the spring sale is in March, and the spring sale, we are intending for it to be in person. But we still want to have our January sale, and the only way that we can financially do that is to do it online. So the January sale will be online, and the pickup for shoppers and the drop-off for consigners will be at the Delta Hotel, which is in Hunt Valley. I think it's like 2 or 3 exits past the fairgrounds, so it's only like 3 to 5 miles away. It's very close. It's a great space. We've got a ton of space. There's not a lot going on because it's a hotel. And if you've shopped our online sales before, you know how easy it is. You don't even have to get out of your car. So, but I'm going to go over all that. I'm going to go over all this. I know you guys have had a lot of questions. So January Timonium will be online. February, we've added the location in Carroll County, which years and years and years people have been asking us to go there. So we're like, you know what? We're going to. So in February, we're going to be in Westminster at the Carroll County Ag Center. And that is going to be an online sale as well. So January and February will be online. And actually, I said I was going to pull up my calendar while I was talking to you just so I can give you kind of the in on the March schedule because I just don't have that off the top of my head. So early March is going to be our Gaithersburg sale online. So the next 3 sales will be online. Timonium in January, February in Westminster, Carroll County, and March is going to be in Gaithersburg online. Our Frederick sale, which is typically at the end of March, we intend for that to be in person And then April is Timonium at the beginning of April is in person as well. And then Howard County will be back to in online. So, but again, I don't want to talk about March and April too much yet because we just don't know. So it's hard for us to sustain an in-person sale when we're not bringing enough people through the door. So we kind of have to gauge the public, not just the government and what their allowances are, but we also have to gauge the public and how much is the public coming out and really going to want to come out and shop in person. So there's a little bit that we have to gauge on that. So we'll leave March off the talking points for tonight, and then we'll really just focus on the January and February sales. So the January sale in Timonium, as I said, it's in Hunt Valley, the drop-off for consigners. I'm going to pull up those dates while I'm having you guys online. So if you are consigning, and a lot of what I'm going to cover tonight is going to be about consigning, but I'm going to give you all the dates to start off with. If you are consigning, you have to enter all of your items into the system by noon on January 14th. The sale itself for shoppers will take place online between January 17th, 18th, and 19th. And then consigners, you have to drop your sold items off on Friday, January 22nd, and then shoppers pick up on Sunday, January 24th. So with the online sale, it's just a little bit different because it's backwards. Typically for consigners, you come and drop off your items, they get sold, and then you come and pick up unsold items. Whereas it's different now because you're entering items, we're selling them, and then you're dropping off. So you're not dropping off until after your items have been sold. So it's just a little bit different. You just want to write those dates down. It's really helpful. And one of the things that I try to impart on consigners is really segmenting out the process makes it so much easier. And I'm not kidding you guys, consigners are loving this. And I'm not just saying that. If you are a consigner and if you're in the consigner group and if you've read a lot of the posts and things that people have been talking about, consigners are truly, truly loving this process. It's a lot easier on the consigner with that piece. So think of it in 3 separate parts. If you're interested in questions about consigning, I like to break it down into 3 different sections. Okay, thank you. I'm not actually, you guys are going so fast with all these things that I have scrolling, so I'm not really reading a lot. I'll go back at some point, but I just saw that Tina said it was fantastic. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't consigned in years. I just had a conversation with my husband because I've got the biggest pile of stuff that I'm now selling because it's online and it's just so much easier for me. So, Amy, I'm going to answer that question too. Okay, so first of all, the consigner group, if you have that question, there should be a link somewhere on the Facebook page, but in the consigner group, it's TotSwap Consigner. That's all, TotSwap Consigner. In order to join, you just have to answer 2 questions. Just let us know what your seller number is and let us know what sale you're doing. That's it. Just answer those 2 questions. I do not accept requests to join the group unless you answer those 2 questions. So just answer them and then I'll join you. So you just have to say your seller number and which sale you're doing. That's it. Okay, so there's a lot of great tips and tricks and answering questions and all that stuff in the consigner group. It's a really valuable resource. So if you're ever wanting to consign or if you've already consigned, just join that group. It's super duper helpful. So for consigning online versus in person, again, just getting those dates. You want to write those dates down. As a consigner, the most important dates to you are 1, the deadline for entering your items. And then the second date is your drop-off date, when you have to drop off your sold items. So for the January sale in Hunt Valley / Timonium, the deadline for entering your items is noon on January 14th. And then the drop-off day is Friday, January 22nd. So January 14th at noon and January 22nd for drop-off. So like I mentioned before, the easiest thing to do is to separate the consigning process into 3 separate steps. The first step, entering items. Just enter your items. You do not need to print tags at this point. All you have to do is enter your items. So if you've consigned before, you just enter the items, but the biggest difference is when entering items is you have to take a picture. But I'm not kidding you guys, there's a whole new interface if you've consigned, if it's been a while, there's a brand new interface and it's super easy to do. My son, 14, he's 18. He's going to be 19 next month. I shouldn't say 14. So it's super easy. And I was going to try to log in while I had you guys on video here. But there's an interface and all you need to do, and you can do it right on your phone. I strongly recommend using your phone. It's a lot for me, it's been a lot easier to do it on my phone versus doing it on your computer. Everybody has different organization ways that they organize things. Some people like to take all their pictures and store them and then enter the items and grab those pictures. I personally like to use my phone. And all you have to do is click, take a picture, enter your description, enter your price, and click enter. That's it. Click add. That's all you have to do. Some of the things that I recommend to have an ideal situation is to have a blank slate in front of you. And you know what I did is I went to Michael's and I just grabbed one of those, I think it's like $6, one of those science fair trifolds. And it's just a foam core board, and I bought that and a piece of poster board. You could just use a poster board, actually. You don't even need the foam core board. You could just do the poster board. Set it, a white poster board, set it on a table or use a white table, put your items on it, take that picture, and enter the description and enter the price. That's all you have to do. Enter your items. That's your first step. You don't have to worry about printing tags until after the sale starts. And after the sale starts, I sent a long, it's not super long, but it's a very detailed email. But the biggest thing to take away from it is all you have to do is log into a separate portal, which I'm going to send you the link for. You log into the portal, print your tags out, and you can do it each night. Each night you can print out your sold items, and you can tag every night if you want to, and then drop your items off. That's the third step, drop your items off. So each piece of that is a little bit different versus the in-person. So like I said, the first part with entering your items, the way that it's different for a regular sale versus online sale, the regular sale, you don't need pictures, and you do have to tag for a regular sale. But for an online sale, you're only tagging those items that sold. So for instance, I have maybe 100 items over here that I tagged for this upcoming sale. I entered 100 items for this upcoming sale. I didn't tag them. I'm not going to tag them until after the sale starts. So let me scroll back and see, because I know you guys are posting a whole bunch of stuff, and I hope I'm answering some of these questions. Okay, answered when it was, and hold on, just give me a second here. Gaithersburg Online, yes. Okay, I think I'm actually keeping track here. I think I'm caught up with my questions. Hold on. What's the consignor group? Okay, answered that for Amy, and sorry. I have a white shower curtain and hang clothes on a hanger. Hang on the shower rod and take pictures. Perfect. Deanne, that's fabulous. I like that idea too. So the biggest suggestions I say with taking pictures is make sure you have a blank slate behind you. You don't want to put your, your floral romper on a floral comforter cover. It's not going to look well in the picture. So my biggest suggestion is just to use a blank slate. So until I got that poster board, I used a desk that one of my kids used. It's just a wood desk, and I just had the wood background, but I cleared everything off, put the stuff on, but then I realized I think I'd rather have the white background even versus the brown wood background. It just is a little bit different. So I just got a piece of poster board, put that piece of your piece of clothing or your toy or whatever it is on that poster board, take the picture, and that's it. Take the picture, enter your description, enter your price, click add. That's it. So it's super easy to enter your items. After you enter your items, sit back and relax. You don't need to do your tagging until the sale starts. So once the sale starts, I send an email to all of our consigners, and it says, here's the link to log in and see which items sold and to print your tags. What does it mean? It has to be vertical. So you want to take a vertical picture versus a horizontal picture, Caitlin. That's just the difference. It just shows better in on our online sale. So take a vertical picture versus a horizontal picture. Can I lay the shirt on the poster board and take a picture, or does it have to be? It does not have to be standing upright. No, all of my clothing pictures I took laying down on my desk. So yeah, you just take it down. Just, you want to angle that picture so that, you know, you're getting good lighting, and just make sure it's bright. You don't want to do it at dark at night. If you have a light ring, great. If you don't, I have not used my light ring. And I just take a picture at a nice angle and just make sure you get a good picture of it. That's all you have to do. I have had people use, and I've used it before, like for some of I had a jersey that I was selling, and I wanted to get the front and the back of the jersey. So I went into I used Pic Collage. It's a free online app. I used Pic Collage, and I took 2 pictures and I pulled them both in onto that one, like a collage. And then I used that when I uploaded my picture into that item. You can do that. I don't recommend doing that with 4 or 5 different pictures. I just recommend doing it with 2, maybe 3 pictures in a collage. And don't do it for all your items unless you want to. It's totally up to you, but don't get bogged down by that. I think if you have a more expensive item like a stroller or a baby equipment or something like that, it's probably worth the time and the effort to do that. But for a book or a piece of clothing, it might not be worth your time to do that. So just make sure that you thoroughly inspect your items. That's something that we've always said from day one. Inspect your items. Make sure that they don't have excessive wear. Make sure there aren't holes. Like I was tagging one of my son's pair of sweatpants, and I mean, perfect, pristine condition, but it had a little pinhole in it. So I didn't sell it. So I just had to put it in a donate pile. Is what it is, right? I can't sell that. So that has not changed. So make sure you're inspecting your items really well. Take that one picture and move on. Where is the next sale taking place? Peggy, January is it's in Hunt Valley, actually. It's the Timonium area, we're calling it. It's actually in Hunt Valley. Drop off and pickup and shopper pickup will all take place at the Delta Conference Hotel. It's right off Shawan Road. Take 83. I think it's exit 20. Don't quote me on that. It's exit 19 or 20, and it's right off the exit. Make a left, and it's right there. It's super convenient to 83. Super, super convenient. And the only reason we're doing that is just because it's an online sale. We do intend to be back, and we already have dates for the rest of the year with the fairgrounds. That is only for online. Are you guys doing online once is in person as possible? Yes, we will continue with online. My intention is to continue with online sales in both Gaithersburg and Howard, and then in person as soon as we can in both Timonium and Frederick. So that's the current plan. And then we're adding Westminster online. And so we're so excited about adding that extra location. Pic Collage is saving as PNG. Is that okay? Shauna, yeah, I think so. If that's how Pic Collage saves, that is fine, because I did it. I used Pic Collage and I did not have a problem. What is the cost to consign for online sales? It's the same as regular. It's a $12 registration fee, and then it's 60 to 75% earnings on your sold items. And you can transfer over. So if you're doing a later sale, you can transfer your items from sale to sale. The pictures are saved. So that is a nice thing too. Nicole, Gaithersburg is not until March, and that will be an online sale in early March. So right now I'm focusing on January and February just because things are changing for March. I just don't know yet. So right now, for the firm updates that we have are for January in Timonium and February in Westminster. So I'm sorry, I kind of got off track there. I was going over my 3 points, right? So I went over the first point, which was entering your items. The first step as a consigner is to enter your items with your picture and the description, and be really descriptive as you can. But think about it. So if somebody sees a picture, you only have a certain number of words or characters that you can use. So you want to be selective with how you're using those words. For instance, you don't necessarily need to say shirt, right? Because they're seeing a shirt. in the picture, sometimes you don't know what to say, to be honest with you, because you see it. It's right there, right? But for instance, a great example is Under Armour. So Under Armour sizes are small, medium, large, and extra large. So you want to be descriptive and putting that size on description, put the brand. Absolutely put your brand in the description, because people are searching for that in the description. And like I said, shirt, you still want to put that information in there, because think about how people are searching for an item. Those are the words that you want to put in your description. So be as descriptive as you can and list the size and list the brand in your description. It shows up on the site, just not sure it will show up on the final. Yeah, it will, Shauna, it will. Yeah, because I had no problem and my item showed up. So yes. And if we have a problem, we can address that once everything gets loaded, and I can double check, but I have not had a problem before. So I think it's fine. So, all right, step number 2. Oh, don't put the size. Okay, right. Dana said, don't put the size. Thank you, Dana. But Dana's logging in as TotSwap right now, and I understand why she's saying that, but you want to use the description of your size if it's different than the size that you entered into my consignment manager. I don't want to go too deep on this but I understand what you're saying here. Just select it from the drop down. So if what you're selecting in the drop down is different than the size that is listed, then you want to put it in the description. The other thing, Dana, is they could put the size at the beginning. So when all the information is populated onto the website, the size is listed at the very end. So one of the problems that Dana had was that she wrote, and actually somebody else had this problem too. They wrote size 1 or, shoe size 1. And then our system drops the size at the end, and it dropped a 1 next to that. So it looked like it says, right. So Shauna, when a size is not in the drop down, that's when you want to put the size in the description. But I've added, since the previous sales, we've added small, medium, large, and extra large. Yeah, so the size that you selected in the drop down shows up, but if it is different, then you want to put it in the description. I think that answers that question. So you definitely want to put the brand, absolutely the brand. And if there's something descriptive about it, definitely add that in the description. Okay, so step 2. I'm going to move on. I'll read these questions as I'm going, but I think size is important. Well, and that's true. Size can be 7, 8 for one brand, but other numbers for a different brand. That's very true. So therefore, that's when you can be, what Amy says here, she said, I think the size is important because small can be 7, 8 for one brand, but other numbers for a different brand. So if that is the case, so if you're entering small, in the drop down, if you're choosing small, you don't need to list small again. You can just list 7, 8 or 5, 6, whatever it is. So whatever you're entering in the drop down automatically gets added into the listing. So if it's something different, then you want to add it into the description. Okay, I think that helps. Sorry. I didn't want to go too deep on that, so I'm sorry. Okay, so step number 2, that's entering your item. Step number 2 is once the sale starts, I'm going to send you an email. And that email is going to give you a login for where to see which items sold and to print your tags. So there's actually 2 logins. Your My Consignment Manager login is where you enter your items, and the second login is where you see what's sold and print your tags. And you can print your tags every night if you want to. And I really recommend that if you have a lot of items that you're selling, that you stay on top of it and print them every single night. If you don't have a lot, you just have a handful or 100, 200 items that you listed, then you could wait until the end, or you could just gauge it as you're going along. But I recommend one or the other. You can print it every night, or you can print it at the very end, and you just print your tags. And actually, you know what a beautiful thing is? You can print your tags on regular piece of paper. And before I did this video, I was hoping that I'd have a sample of the tag, but I don't unfortunately have a sample of the tag. But the tag, I think it prints 10 to a piece of paper, and it's about this size, and it has a QR code on it and the description. So, and it also has a buyer code on it, and the buyer code is something something that we do internally so that if you're buying something, we attach your email, your information to a buyer code, and that gets printed on this tag as well. So say you sold these pair of shorts. I'm going to show you why I did this in a minute. So say you sold this pair of shorts, you're going to print out that tag and you're going to attach it to the item, and then it's ready to drop off. That's all you have to do. You can print it on regular paper. And the beautiful thing is, whereas before, for the regular sale, you had to use hangers. You have to use safety pins. There's all these guidelines. And the reason that we have those guidelines are important because there's thousands of people walking through the sale, touching items, moving things around. So it's really important to keep that tag with the item. For the online sale, we don't have customers that are shopping it. The only people that are touching the item is you at drop off and one of our volunteers when they put all those items into a bag. That's it. So you don't have to print on cardstock, and we actually don't allow hangers. We do not want hangers because hangers are too big to fit in our bags. So like for instance, this is a pair of shorts. This is what I did is I rolled my items up, and this is tight. This is like a curling ribbon that I just bought at Party City. You can probably buy it at the dollar store. I used this. I rolled up my items. I tied this really tight. Now this is one pair of shorts. If you're bundling together, you want to make sure they're bundled really well. You want them to make sure that they're staying together, because while we don't have thousands of people touching and moving things, there are still a lot of items that are going to each one of the bags. So all I did was rolled up this pair of shorts. I put a tight piece of curling ribbon on it, and then all I did is I took here, I'll use this little piece of paper just to see. This is about the size of a tag, and I just stuck it right underneath here, ready for drop off. That's it, you guys. It's so easy. Like I didn't have to use that. Now this is for clothing. This is for a single piece of clothing. It's a little bit different for a bundle. If you're using a bundle, I strongly recommend. What I don't want to see is grocery bags that you cannot see into. I'd rather have clear bags or somehow bundling them together, whether you zip tie them together. This curling ribbon is fabulous. It's so inexpensive and it's tight. It can't really come apart. I'm trying to think if you guys, you loved using plastic sandwich bags, gallon size, etc. So easy. Exactly, Tina. And get the cheap ones. Go to the dollar store. I think Amazon has really good prices as well. Inexpensive, cheap. There's even I think they're called bread bags, but they're thin. I don't need anything fancy. The only thing that we want to do is to be able to see a little bit of the item that is in, a little bit of what's inside the bag to make sure that it is what it is. And we want to make sure that the tag stays with all of the items. So it's really important that if something is bundled together, it has to stay with a tag. So that is very important as well. So, and then for toys, it's kind of the same thing with toys. You absolutely have to use a bag and attach the bag to the larger piece. Like if it's a Little People set, you want to take those little people and you want to make sure that they're securely fastened to the larger piece. That's really important because, because what we do in the middle, consigners drop off on Friday, and on Saturday, late on Friday and into Saturday, we go through all those bags and we make sure that everything is dropped off and that order is fulfilled properly. So we want to make sure that when we're going through it, we can quickly make sure that item is what was supposed to be dropped off. Oh, thanks, Shauna. Shauna just attached a really inexpensive link to some cheap bags on Amazon. Perfect. So that is, and that's actually easier than the process that we typically use as a regular consigner. So preparing your items and tagging your items, it has to be done once the sale starts because you're only tagging those items that have sold, and they come with, yes, Nicole, I said not to use trash bags or grocery bags. Really anything that is not clear. So if you're using a bag, I want to see that it's clear. I had somebody that dropped off, and they sold 5 things to one seller. So all 5 of their tags for those 5 different items had the same shopper buyer code on it, and they ended up bundling 5 different things and put it in one large trash bag. So what happens is on Saturday, when we go through and make sure that all the items are in the bag, we pulled that one big trash bag, didn't see what was inside, and we see one item, but it was really 5 items inside, and we didn't even know that. And so then this person who bought that bought like 100 items. So then what happens is, as our team members and as we go through and make sure all those orders are correctly, we have to go through and then check off each and every item to make sure it's there, because our numbers are off. And then we realize that all 5 of those items are there. They were just in a bag. So I don't know if I explained that right, but it's a lot easier when we're sorting and making sure that the orders are fulfilled properly. It's really easy just to have one thing with the one tag, whether it's a big thing or whatever. It just has to have the one tag attached to the one item so that we can then put it in the bag and make sure it's accounted for. I hope that makes sense. I came in late. Kimberly, how do they see the clothing? So, are you asking as a shopper? So our website, I'll get into that. Let me get into that in a minute. I want to finish this point first. So if you pack, Dana, what are you saying that in regards to? So, yes. So you want to make sure that your items are tagged and that they are, Kimberly, I'll answer that in a minute. Your sold items in bags, it's easier to attach the tag to the outside of the baggie. Yes, absolutely. Your sold items, if it's in a bag, make sure that you attach your tag to the outside of the bag, because what happens is, again, we just want to clarify that shopper number matches the shopper number that we're fulfilling. So it's easier when it's on the end of it. What's the latest you can drop off items on January 22nd? So we have appointments, and I think the latest appointment is 7:30, 7:45. We changed the time from Gaithersburg, and we actually do it now from 12 until 8 p.m. So the last appointment is 7:30 or 7:45, because we want everybody to be dropped and done by 8 o'clock. So you have to be finished with drop off by 8 o'clock, Stephanie. How do you add a picture? I tried to enter and did not see how to add the picture. It did not look like it. So Sarah, were you entering items and tagging for the Westminster sale? If you were, Westminster is not set up properly right now, and I have an email into my consignment manager. They have it set up as a regular sale and not as an online sale, and they have to switch it. They were supposed to do that last night, and I noticed that it was not done because I got another email. So if you're asking about Westminster, just wait. Give me until tomorrow. I texted her about an hour ago, and I haven't had a chance to check my texts, but I'm hoping that it's going to be fixed this evening, because that needs to be fixed. So if you're asking how to add a picture, when you click add, you have to enter that picture. You'll see it's totally different once they flip it. You just literally click browse. Actually, no, you click the camera and take the picture. So it's very, very into Timonium. Sarah, you're asking, how do you add a picture? Okay. Let me see. Let me log on here and see if I can show you. Hold on. I'm on my husband's phone here. Okay. I'm going to show you. So this is backwards because I'm on my husband's phone and I can't see. Okay, so anyway, so here you're in your account. Okay, you're in your Timonium Online Winter 2020. I'm going to scroll down and I'm just going to hit Manage Items. And then from here, I'm going to click Add. Add. Okay, see how it pops up? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Browse. And then see how it asks me the photo library or take photo? I'm going to take photo. And then my camera comes up. I'm going to take a picture. Hold on. I'm going to take a quick picture. See, I took that picture of the item that I've been showing. I'm going to use photo. And then it populates. See how it populates? And then I'm going to choose a category. So the categories, they fill down here. I can't see what this is doing, so I'm just going to choose something random, okay? For this, I would choose boys' clothing. Here, I'll do that. I would choose boys' clothing, and I'm going to hit done. All right, done. And then I'm going to check size right underneath. Can you guys see this? Shauna, this is the website. This is not an app. It's mobile friendly. It is not an app. This is just the website. When you register on the website, this is what you get. You register, log in, and it's right here. It's not an app. It's just the website. So I entered my category, and I'm going to enter a size. And same thing here. Just going to scroll down. I'm going to choose. I think these will say their size. This is not the right picture, by the way. I would have these laid out. I'm just doing this quickly because I'm showing you guys this. So I pick a size, and then I click done. And then I'm going to enter a description. And for these, I'm going to type in Under Armour, orange, blue, and white athletic shorts, right? Boom, I'm going to type that in. And then I'm going to type my price. And then I'm going to choose a price. For these, I might do maybe $9. And then I can choose discount if I want. I'm not going to discount these. I think they'll sell. Under Armour shorts, I'm not going to discount those. But I can if I want. And I can click discount right there. And so with the discount, it'll be 50% off on Sunday. And then I click add. Oops. Oh, I didn't enter any of the description. Hold on. All right, so then I'm going to hit add. And it's updating. I don't know if you can see that, but it's uploading. So it's uploading the picture. And as soon as that's done, it says success. But it said success. You've added it. And then now I can add my next one. And that's it. So that's my, that's it. The website is totswap.net. Mine looked like the old way for in-person for Timonium. So if it's in-person, it will look like the old. If it's, it should look like this because this is online. We're the online sale. You want to make sure that you're registered for the upcoming sale, which is in January. The last sale that we did was in person, but the online looks like this. And it should look the same way from your computer. The same way from your computer. It's totswap.net. You register for the sale at totswap.net and log in as a consigner. Thank you, Dana. Okay, so I'm getting off topic. Okay, so step 2 is you enter your item. That was enter your items. That was step 1. Step 2 is tag your items, and that's after the sale has started. You're going to tag your items, and I'm going to send you the link that's going to have the tags that we're going to generate for you. I'm just sending you a link to print out, and then you're going to attach it to your items. And then the third step is you're going to drop off. For the Timonium sale, you're going to drop off on Friday, January 22nd. And you're going to set up an appointment. So you're going to go back to your My Consignment Manager account and you're going to set up an appointment for drop off. And that's on Friday, January 22nd between noon and 8 p.m. I think the last appointment is 7:30 or 7:45. It's set up in there. You choose your time. It just has to be done and dropped off by 8 o'clock. And at drop off, we will walk you through that process. There is a video, but don't worry about that right now. I tell people, like, you want to compartmentalize. It's super easy. Don't get overwhelmed because if you think about it, step 1, enter your items. I still have to enter some of my items, but you're done. Once you enter your items, you're done. And then you wait until the sale. You're waiting around, right? And then once the sale starts on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, you have those 5 days, even early on Friday, to tag your items. And then Friday afternoon, you want to drop them off. At drop off, what we do is if you look in the consignor group, I actually have a video on this as we set up the room organized alphabetically by buyer code. So Sally Smith has a bag set up, and so does you know what, Anna Atkinson. Actually, she's my neighbor growing up, but she's got A's, right? A. She's at the very beginning of the list. A's, and then Z's at the end. And we have this little code. It's got like X, Y, it's ABC 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't even worry what the buyer code is. It doesn't matter. But when you walk in the door, you're gonna find this item that has ABC on it, and I'm going to walk over to the attached item that says ABC, and I'm going to drop it there. Just drop it on the bag, and that's it. You just put all your items out. But if you're in the consigner group, there is a video that will show you how to walk through that. But I wouldn't even watch that until the week of the sale because you don't really see those tags to know what that means. But don't even worry about that until you're until you're in that section. Right now, you just want to worry about entering your items, and don't even worry about it. I'm telling you, consigners are loving this process, and with and actually, let's see, should we list big ticket items or are you buying them out at previous sales? Sandra, list your items. I do want to get to the point where we can start buying them out, but I'm just not there yet. So for now, just go ahead and list them, but we will have that opportunity. Hopefully by the time February rolls around, I just don't have it right now. So yeah, go ahead and tag them. When tagging your items and packing for drop-off will go a lot quicker if your items are in alphabetical order. Yes, before you get there. By buyer code, absolutely. And that's something that we go over in that video that's in the consigner group. But people are in and out in like 20, 30 minutes, depending how many items you have. If you have a lot, it's going to take you 30, 45 minutes. But if you don't have a lot, it won't take you as long. It depends on how many items you have, but I definitely recommend that you put them in alphabetical order. That definitely helps. And yes, so 3 steps: enter your items, tag your items, drop them off. So as far as the shopping piece, if you are only interested in shopping takes place at www.totswaptogo.com. So it's a whole new website that we've set up, and items are organized by category, they're organized by size. And actually, one thing I forgot to mention is with the online sales, because we have kind of like an infinite amount, it's not really infinite, but currently we have an infinite amount of space. We haven't gotten to the point where we've maxed out data-wise, but we have a lot of space. So we're now allowing consigners to sell women's items, men's items, and home decor. And let me tell you, I've sold a lot in the women's items, men's category, and home decor. It's definitely worthwhile. And I'm not like right now, I'm like cleaning and purging and doing all that stuff and like rearranging and looking at things that I need to organize better. So now is a great time if you're organizing and doing that thing after January 1 is to look at your home items and, purge those. It's a great time. If you've got stuff that's in great condition that can be resold, like we were rearranging some lamps a couple minutes ago, and I have a lamp that I can sell. So I thought I was going to sell an office chair. I actually ended up using it because my kids are using it at a desk. But anyway, like those are the things that you can sell in the home decor section. And the beautiful thing is, like, if you have a larger item, you don't need to bring it if you don't sell it. So you don't need to lug these large items. I had somebody that sold a piano at the Gaithersburg sale a couple months ago. I never saw it actually come in, but she had emailed me. She's like, oh, I sold this piano. And then I talked to the seller and the buyer. And it was like, she sold a big piano. So there's opportunity to sell larger items, but you don't need to schlep it to the sale if it doesn't sell. So take that opportunity to look at some of those larger items that you've been wanting to get out the door. Somebody said, like, this is like Facebook all at once, right? Where you can just drop off all your items. We've done that for you, where we're organizing things where you can do it all at once. Those larger items that are shippable and, it's just easy just to get it all done and get it out the door at once. So that's what this opportunity is. And moms are loving it. Consigners are loving it. Our shoppers are loving it. And if you're a shopper, like I said, everything is organized by category. There's, we pull out tags, like for instance, Under Armour. You can press the Under Armour button, and under Under Armour, you can search for a different size, for a particular size, or whatever you're looking for, you can search. So it's very searchable. It's categorized very well, and we're constantly fine tuning that. But we've gotten to a point now where we're also pulling out featured items that people are interested in, so you can see them quicker. And there was something else I wanted to mention. Returns. I know that is a big question, because I know that with used items, you just don't know, right? So if you're a consigner, as always, it's super important that you're selling high quality items. Don't bring items that have stains, tears, excessive wear, that kind of thing. Please do not bring them. Don't tag them. Don't take pictures of them. We really don't want that. So, because what happens is when the customer, the shopper purchased that item, if they get that item and if it's not of good quality, if they find a stain, if they find a tear, whatever it is, we will take their return. So, and then it dings back to the consigner and it reflects on the consigner if there's a poor item that was sold of poor quality. So we don't take a return for buyer's remorse, but we do take a return for poor quality. So I just want to make that clear for shoppers so you have the confidence in purchasing and knowing that yes, you can return an item for poor quality, and two, that we do keep track of those items. And I'll tell you, I removed a consigner from our last sale for having too many items that were not of good quality. So it definitely happens, and we take that very seriously because I want my shoppers to feel confident that they can shop for used items through our sale. I'd rather have less items of higher quality. So when it comes down to it, if you're questioning an item, whether you should sell it or not, probably not, right? Because if you wouldn't buy it, or if you don't think somebody else would buy it, or if there's something wrong with it, then I just wouldn't sell it. That would be my biggest suggestion. So we're excited about 2021 because we are moving on and continuing with the online sales, even post-COVID. Gosh, I hope we get there soon, right? Once we're post-COVID, we'll still be doing online sales. We are going to continue with online sales, but we are going to also continue with in-person sales. I think that there's definitely a need for both. And certainly in this environment right now, there's a need for quality and value. And our kids are still growing. There's going to be a lot of COVID babies, right? We're going to have COVID babies coming if they're not already here in January, February, and March. So it's a great time to start selling. So do you guys have any more questions? What questions can I answer for you? Limits. Somebody had asked me about limits, and as of right now, we do not have limits. So we used to have... like for instance, shoes. You could only sell 20 pairs of shoes. Now you can sell as many pairs of shoes as you want. As long as they're good quality, you can sell them. So we do not have limits for the online sale. And that's just current. That could change. I don't expect that it's going to happen in 2020, in the first half of 2021. It's a data thing. So I'm learning all about data, I'll tell you that much. So if you guys have any questions, let me know. I really appreciate you guys all joining and tuning in. We are so excited. Mamas are excited. Our shoppers are excited. And happy that we're still able to continue because I think that there's still an outlet. I mean, we need an outlet. You should see the pile I have over here. I'm like attached to this system, so I can't like pull my phone and show you. But I'm even consigning, guys. I haven't consigned in years. It's a lot. It's easy. It's really, it's easy to do, and it's really worked well. For books, should authors be listed? I would. Yes, Linda, I would absolutely include an author because, for instance, Dr. Seuss. People are going to type in Seuss, right? So, Rowling, J.K. Rowling, I would absolutely include the author on a book. Bundling, and you can bundle. So I bundled a bunch of books, just a bunch of chapter books, older kids, and I bundled them all together. They were all the same authors, so that was easy, but I had one that was like 4 of one author and 1 of the other, and I just listed that out. And then I also I fanned them out so that you could see all of the, I think I either fanned them out or I stacked them. I might have stacked them so you could see the title and the author, but I also listed it in the description. So bundling really, really is popular. So there's a $4 minimum of items. So all items have a minimum price of $4. When you're entering the items, you cannot choose anything less than $4. And so what does that mean? That doesn't mean that the onesie that was only worth $1 is now going to be sold for $4 because you just won't sell it, right? So instead, I would take that onesie and I would bundle it together with 4, 5, 6 other ones and make that a value for $4. So bundle, bundle, bundle. A lot of people bought bundles, and that's a great way to get rid of a lot of stuff also. And books are a great way to bundle. Oh, you're so sweet, Elsie. You're so sweet. So bundle those items really was helpful. And like I said, I sold a lot of home decor. One thing I will say is we're learning what, I feel like a lot of consigners had it down pat with what sold well, what their pricing was, and all that jazz with our in-person sales. For the most part, it's the same with online. I always recommend people thinking retail, like a retail mind. So if you walk into Target right now, what are you seeing? Are you seeing all kinds of summer gear? Probably not yet. So therefore, you're not going to get a lot of people that are clamoring for summer. And it's like, for instance, I'll give you a prime example. Like in the November sale, I was just tagging. It was an all season sale, and I was tagging a bunch of stuff. And I tagged like my daughter a bunch of really cute shorts. I didn't sell a single pair of them. And you know what the reality is? People weren't looking for summer shorts. They're cute as can be, and they'll probably sell maybe February, March, but they're just not looking for that stuff right now. That stuff's not on the racks right now. But I did notice that swimsuits were in Target. So Target has a ton of swimsuits. So I think people are always looking for swimsuits. They're always looking for pajamas. There's certain things that people are always looking for. And those are some of the things that you can learn in that consignor group where people are sharing what works and what sells well and that kind of thing. People are looking for certain brands. They're looking right now, they're probably looking for outdoor gear. So think about what you'd be shopping for, what other people are shopping for. I think a lot of people get excited about an all-season sale thinking, oh, they're going to get rid of everything all at once. But the reality is that the shoppers aren't looking for that stuff right now. You might be looking to get rid of it, but the shoppers aren't necessarily ready to buy that stuff. You might sell a little bit, like I sold a little bit, but I didn't sell all of it. But the beauty is that you can transfer it to a future sale, or you can save it for a spring sale, but that's totally up to you. What did somebody say? When printing sold tags nightly, after you printing on one night, will those tags print again on day 2? So no, Brandy, the way that we set it up is that the order of your tags is daily. So when you go into your account the first night, it's going to list everything that's sold. When you go into the second night, those additional items will be added to the back so that you can say, oh, I've already printed through this one. I'm only going to print these now. So we did that on purpose so that you didn't have to print them all again. You can choose to only print page 3, 4, 5 instead of page 1, 2, 3 because you only need to print these tags because you've already printed those. I hope that makes sense. So that we did that by design so that you wouldn't have to reprint those tags again. And so therefore, the tags are not in buyer code order. They're in order of when they sold. So day 1, day 2, day 3. Because really, so once, and after you tag everything, then you want to put things in buyer code order, alphabetical order, and that's the information I'll share with you once the sale starts, because after you tag your items, you want to put them in alphabetical order by buyer code, because at drop off, everything is in alphabetical order. So it's just easier for drop off. And I will say also, we have had a lot of fabulous team members that have helped out, and they really help out a lot, especially with drop off. That's what they're there for. They're there to help consigners put their stuff out on the sale floor. So it's really smooth. I'm telling you, it runs like clockwork. So we are I have to toot my own horn a little bit with this. We are pioneers with this. We are we are like one of the sales that has done the most online sales so far, and we've only done 3. and we are super duper organized. And I can't take credit for that. I have someone, a tech person that does all of that, who does an amazing job. And I'm telling you, it's close to Chick-fil-A, right? So if you've picked up before, if you picked up in Frederick, okay, if you were at that first sale and you picked up, it was a nightmare. It was crazy. People were waiting like an hour to get their items. People now don't wait. It's like clockwork. If you did Frederick versus now, please post and let everyone know how much easier the pickup process is as a shopper. So it is just, I mean, night and day, Frederick versus pickup, that we have now. So it's very different. So anyway, so I hope I answered all of your questions. Let me go over the dates again here. Let me turn my computer on as I'm talking, because I want to make sure I say these times and dates properly. So our Timonium sale in January, Hunt Valley, it's Timonium area, but it's in Hunt Valley. So consigner drop-off and shopper pickup will take place at the Delta Hotel in Hunt Valley, which is immediately off of 83. I think it's exit 19 or 20, so it's super convenient, very close to the Timonium, Maryland State Fairgrounds. We're only switching for the online sale. We're not switching for in-person. If you're interested in consigning for that sale, you have to enter your items no later than Thursday the 14th at noon. And then the sale for shoppers runs 17, 18, and 19, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And we have free pre-sale passes, by the way. If you want to shop early, grab a free pre-sale pass. There's a link. I should probably post that when I'm done here. I'll post that when I'm done. And then I'll also post the link for consigning, but you consign tatswap.net. Shopping is on the 17th, 18th, and the 19th. And then Friday the 22nd, Friday the 22nd, consigner drop-off is going to be from noon until 8 p.m. And then pickup for shoppers will pick up their purchased items on Sunday, January 22nd. And that's for the Timonium area / Hunt Valley sale. Westminster, as I mentioned earlier in the video, that's currently set up as a regular sale. I'm hoping by the end of the night tonight that they'll flip that to an online sale. That was a mistake when it was entered into the system. So that will be rectified like very soon, as possible. I've already emailed out, texted out to the group, to my consignment manager, but those items need to be entered in the system by February 4th at noon, and that sale will take place February 7, 8, and 9. Consigner drop-off will be that Friday at the Carroll County Ag Center in Westminster from noon until 8 p.m. on February 12th. And then shopper pickup is on Sunday, February 14th. And all of these dates are listed, actually. If you go onto our Facebook page, there's at the top of the page, there's our Facebook cover actually has all those dates and times. And then if you go to the website on the main page, just choose Timonium or Westminster, scroll down, and all those dates and times are listed there as well. The pickup wait time difference from Frederick in June to Gaithersburg in September was huge, at all caps, huge. And it made being a team member on pickup day much more enjoyable too. That's too funny. Catherine, that's for sure, right? Yes. Oh my gosh, that was like so crazy that day. And thank you for your help, Catherine. Catherine's one of our long-term helpers. She's one of our team members who's super duper helpful. So anyway, all right, if anybody has any questions, let me know. Otherwise, get yourself signed up, get your items entered. I know I personally have a lot of items that I still need to enter, but I know it's only going to take me like one afternoon. I'll just, when I have some downtime, because I'm trying to organize things, I'll just be like, I need to get this done. So I'm just going to take my phone and I'm going to clear off the table, put my poster board down, and start taking pictures. If you have a light ring, great. I have not used it in the past. I have one now, but I didn't have one for the past 3 sales. sales and it didn't slow me down. So my only suggestion is with the pictures, make sure you're taking a vertical, not a horizontal picture. And in your description, be descriptive. Make sure you use the brand. Make sure you're using as much descriptive information as you can. And you don't even need to package items up yet. You don't need to tag items. All you have to do to start is enter your items. Items do not get tagged until step 2, which is after the sale starts. You don't tag items until after the sale starts. That's a beautiful thing. It's so much easier to prepare your items. We do not allow hangers, whereas in person they're required. For online, we don't want them. Keep your hangers. I don't want them. You don't need to use safety pins. You can just use regular paper to print your tags out. Here's a sample. If you guys didn't see this before, this is just an item that I tagged. I use curling ribbon. I have this from the dollar store. I buy mine at Party City. I buy at the dollar store, wherever, and then I attach it. I mean, dude, there's like so much. This is going to last. Actually, this has lasted me years. Anyway, I wrap it around, make sure it's nice and tight, and I just put the tag right in there. For a single item, if you're bundling items together, make sure you're using a clear bag to bundle your items together. But again, you don't need to do that until after the sale starts because you're only tagging your items that sold. Those are the items that you then drop off on that Friday between noon and 8 p.m. Only your sold items. Drop them off, put them in alphabetical order, boom, 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 drop them off. We have lots of helpers. You're done. And then you wait for your check 1 week after the close of the sale. And then we email you. On top of that, we email the check to you, which is a little easier for me, right? But at the end of the day, we're just trying to make things as simple as possible. So that is the one positive takeaway I will take from 2020, which is now hindsight. So happy New Year to you guys. And I'll continue to watch this post if there are any questions. I'm happy to answer them. And we hope to see you guys at the upcoming sales in 2021. Whoop, whoop. We have some new locations coming and a new poll is going to be going out in the next few days because we're curious to know where else you guys want us to go. So thank you tuning out. Have a great night and good luck with sending the kids back to school tomorrow. Bye.